Hey gang, just a little video, just trying to salvage some equipment that came with Reverie, and normally people will throw this stuff out. I figure I try to, salvage it because actually it's a good piece of equipment. It's a rescue sling. So just wanted to show you what I did real quick, and it wasn't very expensive to kind of get it back in service. And so anyway, let me show you. That's a rescue sling. Basically is a line that you attach to your boat and keep it attached all the time. So when you throw that sling overboard, this line will stretch out behind your boat and you can loop around and do your rescue. And originally this bag was the bag that was in it, and you can see that's all trashed out, kind of all dry rotted. So I didn't know if I could just buy the bag itself, but I did find it, and I was able to order a replacement through Defender. And normally these things are like, $300. The bag was like about 50, but it was worth it because this is still completely functional. It's in good condition, it's clean, and the line is in good shape. So really all it needs is a new container to store that and put it back on the boat. There are two different LifeSlings. There's a LifeSling 1 and a LifeSling 2. The LifeSling 2 has less line, and it's a different type. It's not like a nylon style, it's kind of like a polypropylene. So what I have is the type 1, which is the nicer one, at least I think so. And this is they sell by the way, the bag for both of them. So, basically, nothing like the sound of new Velcro. It comes in with panels. These panels go on the side. You have the nice little instruction sheet. And basically what you do is, that's what's going to hold the shade. There is there's a little Velcro side pocket, and you just take your little panel, slide it through. So like everything, some assembly required. Just gonna work it. You gotta keep flattening the side. So it just slides down. And once you get it past the Velcro, then you can close the side, right there. And now you have kind of your stiff side. Now we do the same thing on the opposite. Guess they do that for ease of shipping. Back here. All right. More. There you go. Okay, So now we have our supports on the side. The bag itself is going to have a pocket where you store the line. It has a drain hole on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but all the way in the center and the bottom. And the instructions are very simple. You keep that one end tied to your boat. If somebody goes overboard, this Velcro is pretty tight, so you're going to have to pull it hard to open it. Pull the sling out and just throw it behind the boat, and the line will go along with it. So to store, we're going to basically slide our friend in here, and we'll loosely coil our line. And this is something, if you have one, you should check it at least, twice a year, because this is going to sit on the railing of your boat. It's always going to be exposed to the sea spray and water, and it's always going to be wet, at some point. So you want to make sure that it's not moldy and that the line, is still in good shape, because this is part of your safety gear that you want to keep on board in case you always want to have it, you never want to use it. I'm going to take this and just slide it inside the pocket. Just kind of work it so it's going to slide all the way in. There you go. So that is what it looks like inside of the box. That packet where the rope is fits perfectly inside of the opening of the flotation device itself, so it stays, it kind of fits perfectly, makes a nice little box. Then this end, will hang from the side and will remain tied to a cleat or tied to the rail somewhere that is, it's going to be out of the way but always ready to be used in any emergency. If you have this sling and this is not tied on the boat, you're wasting your time, because when you're going to use it, you're going to toss it overboard and you're not going to think about tying it, and the whole thing is just going to go in the water. So this has to be attached to your boat when you put this piece of equipment on your boat. For now, I'm just going to tuck it in, put my flaps in, and close the top. All right. It has a nice red little tab. Pull that out. So to open it, you basically just grab and pull, and you can see that because it's new, it's really tight. You may want to put a little piece of line and make it a little bigger so you can get more of your hand on it to help you open it up faster. That's just a personal preference, but that would be my recommendation. So let me close this up. Now, to attach this to your boat, you have a couple of attachment points. They're all covered with this big pad. So you've got to open this up. You're going to have a loop for one of your stanchions or one of the down arms on your aft railing. And then on top, you're going to have the two loops to attach it to the upper side of the railing. One thing is to make sure that this is as snug as possible around the railing to make sure you have a lot of tension holding the bag in place. And then once you have this attached properly, to give it a little more protection and to give you instructions, you have the back panel that sits on the back of the boat, on the back of the cover. So that's about it. Pretty simple, great piece of equipment to have on your boat. If you don't like LifeSling, just pick any other brand or style that you like, but you should have something that you can throw in that's attached to your boat. Because if just the two of you sailing in one full overboard, you only have one pair of hands. So having this type of equipment where you can just throw it and then swing your boat around until you make a loop and the person can get a hold of that line and get attached to the boat is a great way to add safety at sea. So I'll show you one more picture of this mounted on Reverie, and that's it. Hopefully you enjoy this little update on the safety gear. It was a great way to take something that I already had and kind of refresh it to make it new and functional again, and not having to spend $300 to buy a brand new one. So let's go put it on Reverie. Alright, so I'm here in Reverie and I'm going to go ahead and install the LifeSling. So you find a good spot, you want it on the outside of the rail, so when you pull it out you can just let it go, and it should just, once it hits the water, it should just pull the line pretty much on its own. So let me show you where I'm going to put it in on Reverie. Alright, so I'm going to put it right there on the rail and use that support to keep it tucked in. So, pull the flap up, open the straps, over, put it in, you can see I wrapped it nice and tight. You want to wrap it all the way around the pipe as much as possible. Same here. And we can bring our flap back over. Yeah. So we put the flap over and make sure the Velcro is nice and tight all the way around. Alright, so this is the completed setup. We tied the safety line using a bowline knot around the inside of our cleat. So it's, you know, we can throw the sling and we know it's going to remain attached to the boat. You should always have that set up. You can also could tie it to the bottom of the stanchion. So that was another option if you wanted to do it that way. Kind of like the cleat is a little bit stronger, and everything is secure. We tested it to make sure that we can open it and the Velcro on the other places that keep it in place do not come out. And good thing about this LifeSlings is they have the instruction manual right on the LifeSling. So basically, if you have an emergency, you throw it overboard, you carefully go around the person to create a circle. That brings the sling or the floating component of the LifeSling closer to the person needing rescue. They can put it around themselves. You can pull them close to the boat, and then if they cannot get on board on their own, you can provide assistance by hooking up the sling itself through a winch on the boom or some other area of your boat, depending on what kind of boat you have, and assist them and get him back on board. So pretty easy to use. It's kind of nice and out of the way, and it provides additional safety while sailing. All right, gang, so that's it. So we now have something that was in Reverie, that was in good shape. We just needed a new cover for it. We got the cover, and now we have a safety device ready for use in Reverie and operating as intended. So I hope you like this little tech moment or safety moment on Reverie. If you like our videos, please click on the button below and subscribe to our channel. We're sharing a refit of Reverie and pretty much everything we're doing with her. And as we're getting ready for starting our cruising down Florida to the Keys, Bahamas, and the Caribbean. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.